Okay, so this is part two of Matthew 5, 13 through 16, and we're going to be studying or concentrating on 14, 15, and 16, the light of the world. You must be the light of the world. If you want to catch up and see the salt, it's the video before this, part one of this. So Yeshua also says that you must be the light of the world. What did his audience was his disciples, first of all. Sermon on the Mount was to his disciples particularly. And then other people showed up. There were a lot of people there, but he was speaking directly to his disciples, and other people were gleaning information from what he was teaching his disciples. And there were a lot of people there, including Pharisees and Sadducees. So, what did he mean by "you are the light of the world"? What did his listeners actually hear? Well, there is a feast of Sukkot. Some people call it the Feast of Tabernacles in English. And during that feast, they would have this very long pole that stretched way up in the sky. And in that, they had a big container full of the robes, the white linen robes of the priest for the year that got soiled, because they would have to keep those clean. Clean was a big part of it. So when they got soiled to the point where they couldn't be cleaned anymore, they would put them in this great big container on top of this long pole. And part of the festivities is they would have young men shimmy that pole and pour oil on top of those garments until the thing was full. And then the last guy would shimmy up with a torch and light it. And it was very similar back then to the stadium lights at a football field. It would light up the whole courtyard and then some. You could be seen all over the city and outside the gates of the temple and everything. And they called this the light of the world. So when Yeshua says, "You are the light of the world, let your light so shine before men so that it can be seen," that means from Jerusalem, from that light of the world at the temple complex area, okay, that the Jewish people, the Hebrew people, all right, that's us, the Hebrew people, the followers of him, should be a light to the world. That's why it goes along with our previous study of being the salt of the earth, a good flavoring to wherever you are. We should also be a light. You shouldn't go in someplace being this negative Nelly, so to speak, showing my age a little bit. You go into your workplace and so on as a light. People should, their countenance should change when you walk in because you're there, because they know you're going to make their workplace better, a more pleasant place to be. Workplace, school place, any function you go to. My wife always says to my daughter, and she's 9, and she actually translated this in her own language, the child language. She said, "Make them happy to see you come and sorry to see you leave." And that's a perfect way to describe this in such simplistic terms. When you walk into a place, people should be happy to see you come, and when you leave, they should be sorry to see you leave. So there's your light of the world for you. All right, Shabbat Shalom.